Henry McClure live. Good morning. How you doing? So I made some progress yesterday on cleaning up this stuff, and I got more to do. And so I'm going to see if the Octopus Caveman guy calls in today. My new friend from Twitter, he started the Joe Tippy follow campaign, which is actually Joe's actually losing followers, and we're going to get him a spot on Jimmy Kimmel Live, where he will be presented a new T-shirt from the debacle of the promotion down on the boat dock with the Papa John's liberating the pizzas. If you can put all that together, that's what's going on. I talked about it on my morning walk on Facebook, or no, maybe just on Periscope. So anyway, so I got a new modem yesterday. Thank you, Cox Cable. You did a good job. We're running at 5G strength on my Roku and my Echo. And what's really fun is like being able to connect to your router. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So you can like name your networks whatever you want and give them your own passwords. And so I'm like all proud of myself that I can just even do this. Shallow victory. Oh, this is yesterday's coffee. So time to make some Dunkin' Donuts coffee. You gotta love my guy Albert right here. He's a good guy. I like his theory of imagination. Imagination is better than knowledge. Hey, look, that's going to be my mantra. I'm sticking with it. Well, I don't know what the Octopus Caveman's doing, so it doesn't look like he's going to call in. Let's see. Wonder what my little brother's doing. Let's give him a call. I haven't talked to him in a while. He's actually doing missionary work at a church in Memphis. I don't think we're raising Matthew.
Hello, you've reached Fortress Security. We're unable to answer the phone right now. However, we appreciate your call very much. So if you would, please leave a message after the tone, and we'll get back to you just as soon as possible. Thank you, and have a great day.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Henry McClure calling you from the live program. You can call in, Matt, at 785-272-2297. Or just hit redial on this phone number. I want to hear how you're doing with your missionary work, your mission work at the church. Check in with you. Henry McClure. All right, so I'm actually waiting for a call back from Mr. C. And looking at all this work that I got to do. So I'm actually thinking about something really kind of out there. Eat right for your blood type. Have you heard about it? So like the whole thing is a diet based on your blood type. And the concept is that your metabolism breaks down foods differently based on your blood type. I mean, you know, imagination is more important than knowledge. But really, when I read this, it was like, oh, okay, I can see that. That makes sense. I mean, what's the first thing they do when you go to the doc or the emergency room? All right, let's get some blood work going on this guy. You know, let's see what's going on. So eat right for your blood type. Actually, a friend of mine down when I was living in Tampa, my ex-wife was, you know, suffering. She was suffering maybe just for being my wife, and that, I mean, then that very well could be the case, but she was just physically, you know, just breaking down, and you know, we were struggling in our marriage anyway. I mean, it's not funny, but, and I'll admit, maybe from time to time, I'm not the easiest individual. But this was a period in our time, in our life where, you know, we're both alcoholics, fine. But we were abstinent from drinking. But we're, you know, it's like, okay, it's like the same problems. You know, you got to have recovery. You can't just have abstinence. You know, back then I didn't realize that I was addicted to adrenaline. I mean, that's the problem and the solution. So just don't stimulate that addiction for adrenaline through alcohol, and then things run a little better. So, well, so really, in all seriousness, so a friend of mine says, you know, it's her diet. You gotta change diets. Well, sure enough, she's a B, I'm an A, so I'm not supposed to eat beef. I'm like living on chicken, and this chicken is what was creating the problem. And sure enough, we took chicken out of her diet, and she's clipping along good. As good as it could be. But physically, she got, you know, she healed some. And so the eat right. So I want to open up basically an eat right for your blood type diet. It's like right now, if you don't know your blood type, whatever age you are, I mean, you should walk around at least know, yeah, I'm a type A blood, you know. And basically, I should try to get all my proteins through vegetables. I should do my best to be a vegetarian. There's, you know, so you can eat some chicken, you can eat some turkey, you can eat some game hen, you can eat, you know, lots of fish. So, you know, it's like the garbage in, garbage out theory. Eat right for your blood type. Read the book. It makes sense. And what I liked about the guy that started it, you know, it was a passion of his. And then his son kind of finalized the work. And, you know, his son later on added some commercial side to it, which is all right. I mean, I think we do better in a capitalistic society. Although I do want to make my Eat Right for Your Blood Type restaurant run by the collective. So, okay, look, let's get people that are that want to have a better diet, better spirit, you know, better behavior. You know what I'm saying. So let's all come together And okay, look, waiters get paid waiters' wages, and cooks get paid cooks' wages, and we scale it. But then at the end of the day, we take the profits and give dividends. So I don't want to be a not-for-profit, but I want to run the company like that. So, hey, if we get a donation for some food and, that we could give away food to actually people that need like a free lunch. But here's the main thing about the restaurant is I want it to be a cooking school. So, and in fact, like a way to learn hospitality. And well, that is one thing I have been known for in my day, is being hospitable. McClure's Institute for Hospitality. The guy wants to actually have me use my name in it. Which, okay, fine. I ego. So the goal is to teach people just how to eat right. We got to quit being a McDonald's, being fed by the fast food. I mean, I was reading this book on detoxing from sugar where, sugar's but the fast food industry, the soft drink industry, sugar is the worst drug known to man. So detox from sugar, eat right, be spiritually fit, teach people how to eat right, pay the collective, share the profits, make a buck, and everybody's in. Kind of see where this whole thing's going. So, the theory of eat right for your blood type, I want that that's just kind of, hey, that's what I'm going to teach you. Hey, look, are we going to teach people how to bake bread and pastries? Sure, why not, I guess. There's certain people that metabolize food differently. But anyway, I want to take the old Bennigans at Topeka Boulevard and do this concept. Oh, that is bad coffee. I want to sell food to the wild horse people. I want to give away coffee at night. At midnight, free coffee. Get Uber in there. I want to make sure people, drive home safe after cocktailing. I'm not a guy, Carrie Nation had it all wrong. Okay, look. It's almost like the Catholic Church, just because, well, never mind. It's unnatural to have priests not have sex. How can you can't really turn those guys into consultants. But I sure enough can be a consultant about alcohol consumption. Look, I don't care if people drink to excess. Just be responsible in your excess. Don't drive. But don't deny somebody the opportunity to have cocktails. If there's some people that can drink responsibly, I don't understand it. But that's okay. It's like marijuana. Fine. Legalize it, tax it. I don't want to smoke. I want lung capacity. I want to be able to get an adrenaline high by being able to have enough oxygen to do things that will stimulate that adrenaline. They say the Peruvian model of drugs is that they legalized all drugs and took all the money that they used to use in enforcement into workforce development. Drug use came down, unemployment, and actually employment went up. I mean, the main problem, I mean, if you don't have a job, hey, you want to shoot up some heroin today? Yeah, I don't have to go to work. Hand me the needle. Now that's one drug I never tried. You know, it just doesn't look glamorous. I don't care. Pulp Fiction, you didn't do it for me. Quentin Tarantino. I think my favorite I don't know, Jackie Brown's good, and Inglourious Basterds is good. But Pulp Fiction, you got to watch it a bunch of times to get how it bounces around. But you're a good director, Quentin. You good boy, good boy. All right. Oh shit, the call forwarding. That's why. That's why he's getting me on my cell phone. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
What you doing?
Getting ready for work.
All right. What are you going to do today?
I don't know, shoot some Saudi Arabian.
Oh, by the way, you're live on the morning call.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a role-playing scenario.
Okay, hey, I'm going to call you back from the landline. He's got a job. I'll let you tell him. 221. He's got this crazy job. One of his crazy jobs.
Oh.
Good morning, Henry McClure live. You're on the morning call.
What's up?
So tell my audience about the role playing today. Or is it top secret?
It's kind of classified.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got to know. I can't divulge information.
No, fair enough. I mean, that's one of the interesting things about knowing you.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not as cloak and dagger as some other things in our world, but you know, when you sign a non-disclosure, I'm a man of my word, so I got to take care of that.
And so, are you saying that you might have entrusted me with some things? Now, you don't have to quote that. We won't even go there. So, hey, tell us about your missionary work. How's that going?
It's going all right, you know.
Are you staying sober?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's not a non-issue today. I mean,
wait a minute. That's not a non-issue, or it's a non-issue? That was a double entendre.
No, it's a non-issue. I was laughing and it appeared like a stutter, I think.
Well, I know. So it's like it's like old habits are hard to break. It's like people that say, well, nothing really good happens at 2 a.m. didn't live my life.
Yeah, well,
you know,
I was laughing with an old buddy of mine the other day, and I got so good. You know, I used to go out and raise hell, and I didn't get in any trouble. You know, let's go out and cause some trouble. Well, I guess I got so good at it that I started getting in trouble, so I had to quit that activity.
Well, I don't really quite know what that meant, because you and trouble go hand in hand.
Yeah, okay.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I resemble that comment.
Yeah,
I like to stay out of trouble these days.
So
Life goes a lot smoother.
So I got to tell you something really kind of funny. And I think you'll appreciate this story. I don't know how well you knew Harry Calmary.
I was just a young boy. I mean, I didn't know him after I would guess the age of maybe 12.
Well, then you knew him pretty damn well.
Okay.
Well, more than an average citizen.
I was in his office frequently, and I heard lots of stories.
Well, yeah. So I'm talking to a guy. I'm, doing one of my morning call interviews, and so we were talking, and this guy said he was adopted, and I said I had some adopted brothers and sisters, and then he starts talking about he met his, his grandfather, and he said his grandfather was a bodyguard to MacArthur.
Okay.
Well, so over the course of the phone call, this is, we're friends on Facebook, which is kind of a distance. And then, so we do this morning call. It's like the first time we've ever talked. And think about it. Harry Calmary would have been in a room with MacArthur, and he would have met that guy's grandfather.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, if MacArthur, depending on the time period, yeah. Harry was in MacArthur's presence after the Republican National Convention between Truman and the election of Eisenhower.
But he would have been in MacArthur's presence a lot. I'm sure, he asked some questions about how, the GI Bill and some stuff like that. Look, Truman or Harry, you just know that Harry and MacArthur had a relationship.
Yeah, I don't know to what extent they had a relationship, other than the fact that I have it on firsthand experience that Harry went to ask MacArthur's willingness to take the RNC's nomination for presidency after Truman resigned.
Right. And he said no. And then they packed up their satchels and went and talked to Ike.
Exactly.
Okay. So, I know that story too. But, it wasn't like out of the blue. Harry goes, all right, I'm going to go meet with MacArthur. And then that was like a one-time deal,
Yeah, Harry at that time was in the upper tiers of the Republican National Convention. And, he had his own suite in one of the really fancy hotels. And at that time, if I'm not mistaken, Frank Sabatini was his attaché.
Well, and what Frank said was he said, I used to carry Harry's briefcase back to Washington.
Okay. All right.
So, but here's the point. He really wasn't so much a big Republican, but he was there's a name for if you're a lawyer for the United States of America. So he's actually a lawyer for the United States, and there's a word for it.
I think Harry was huge into politics because he helped.
Well, you can't be not huge in politics, but what's the name? Who
is the guy that the grade school was named after that ran for vice president with way back when? Landon. He was Landon's chief of staff.
Well, yeah, but come on, what is the name of, if you're a lawyer for the United States of America, there's a name for it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Well, you got the Attorney General, but that's
No. Like, anyway, he was, so Harry was actually working.
got White House counsel, but that's
No. This is a different name. Here, let's see if I can find it. We'll see if I can Google it. Attorney for the United States of America.
U.S. Attorney around Kansas City. Here you go.
No. Well, anyway, he he did a lot of work for the United States of America, in drafting the GI Bill and writing the Constitution to the Philippines.
okay.
Well, but the point is I'm making, and I can't, it's like if you go and argue in front of the Supreme Court and you're an attorney for America, they have a name for it.
Yeah, I don't know what that title is.
Yeah, well, there's something out there. But anyway.
Have you talked to David Colmary?
No.
Is he still alive out in California?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, when the Colmarys were here in Topeka for the ceremony, they've got a picture of Harry in what they're calling pocket parks. Man, the Colmarys grabbed me and they treated me like a VIP. No, I'm serious.
Well, yeah, they love Dad. Dad was Harry's right-hand man for a long time and took over a lot of his business and helped Harry out a lot.
Well, what was really funny was
Harry befriended Dad after he left the judge's law firm.
Yes.
So he had a big heart.
Well, what was really fun was, not that Henry McClure is anybody, that's for damn sure. But they had this big dedication. I didn't know anything about it, Here they're making a big deal about our dad's law partner. Nobody said, "Hey, do you want to help us?"
Hello.
Well, it's
we
not.
We were just kids running around the law firm.
Yeah, but I'm not a kid today. I would have been delighted to help.
Sure.
Harry, I remember Harry taking me out for sure to this little breakfast joint, so Dad could get some work done on Saturdays.
You're talking about Mama's down next to the Playboy?
No, I think there was a place called Tommy's or something like that.
Yeah, there was. I think that's right.
And I remember getting like one piece of French toast, one egg sunny side up, and a piece of bacon.
Yeah, that's what Mama turned into the 99-cent breakfast. That Tommy's, I think, turned into Mama's after Tommy retired, and then it was that down there. It was down next to Capitol Federal on the other side of the breezeway.
Exactly.
Drive-through. And upstairs was the card house or the cat house, whatever. and yeah, they had at that time it was probably a 50-cent or a quarter breakfast. But yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and then you get a little glass of orange juice.
Yeah, well, they had the big cinnamon rolls too.
Well, here's what I was thinking today was that's what you should do. We should get people drinking, kids especially drinking coffee earlier. No, serious.
Yeah, everybody needs a jump start in the morning.
Well, right. Drink this and look. Hey, by the way, your dad's an alcoholic, so you should start drinking coffee now.
Yeah, I don't know that the premise there is one for a foundation for a business, but You know,
Well, so anyway,
has Topeka gotten an Outback back yet?
an Outback back?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. So Outback does.
I think it actually went out of business when I stopped drinking.
Yeah. Well.
That and when Preisner moved out of town.
Yeah, I think that actually stands more to the economic situation in Topeka. It can only handle so many steakouts.
Well, there's a new owner of North Star. He's a cool dude.
Okay. He needs a David or a Charles that knows the community well.
Well, this guy's a native Topekan.
Who is he?
Oh, I can't think of his name. And I see him all the time, and he's always nice to me. So anyway, I want to just regress back for a second about the Calmarys. And so I'm like meeting every Calmary in the whole family. I'm getting pictures taken with them. They're introducing me to all these generals. Oh, it's a piece of work. You know, from the guy, from going from the redheaded step kid, like going, wow, I kind of wish they would ask me to be involved with this, you know, to the guy.
Oh, you're the only one that views yourself as the redheaded stepchild.
Well, not after the Calmarys treated me the way they did.
Well, you were never redheaded while you were at the Briars, and you were never redheaded while you were in our house.
I wish you were. I wish you could watch this. There's a picture of my redheaded brother, yours too, Robert McClure.
Yeah, I wish I'd have known him.
Yeah, imagine coming home from a paper route when your dad is the general counsel to the newspaper.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, anyway, I did get to know a bunch of the Calmarys at that shindig, and we've stayed in touch with some of them. I mean, I'm talking about great grandchildren. They didn't even really know about the Philippine thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever met really any of them. I'm sure I met them when I was younger, but I was not socially engaged at that time.
No, I got it. But really, a really good group of people.
Oh yeah, wonderful.
Well, hey, I had to get to work and try to make some real estate deals.
All right.
All right, let me know later how the top secret operations go.
Yeah, okay.
I love you, Matt.
Not top secret, it's just non-disclosure.
I love you, Matt.
All right, love you too.
All right, brother. So that's a brother of a different mother who's changed his ways and trying to walk the right path, the straight and narrow. Well, I'm going to call it a day. Well, a broadcast. So we've got another one in the can. Henry McClure Live.